Alright, howdy everybody, my name's Achies, and if you didn't know, I'm a professional Rocket League analyst and commentator. I've got over 7,000 hours of gameplay time, and even more time spent watching the professionals play this game at the highest level. And despite all of that, I'm still not happy with where my gameplay is at. So after watching One Punch Man become one of the strongest in the world by drilling the basics of his body, I wanted to see what drilling the basics of Rocket League could do for my gameplay in MMR. Here on the channel, I want to break down my worst and my best game from each day of my Saitama Grind and go over that with you guys. But before we get into it, let's go ahead and get a look at the baseline and where we're starting at. Here's our current MMR. The new season has just started. I've completed my placements. As you can see, we are Diamond 3 Div 1 in 1v1. We are Champ 3 Div 3 in Rank 2v2. And we are Grand Champ 1 Div 3 in 3v3. As for overall performance, I get a decent amount of saves. I feel pretty confident on defense. I feel like I'm generally always positioned relatively solidly, so I feel pretty confident on that area of the ball. I score a decent amount of goals, but that's just because I'm generally not good enough, so if I am shooting, I'm generally getting high-quality opportunities, so I think that's why that number is so high. And our assist, as you can see, quite low, only 19.62%, and I really do think that's because I lack a lot of significant mechanical ability, and I think that that's probably going to be one of the biggest areas of improvement in my game, seeing this assist overall playstyle kind of really go up as we really try and grind control of the ball and of our car. So yeah, that's a snapshot of where we're at. So that's what 8,000-ish hours gets you if you've never sat down and really tried to grind your mechanics and your execution and really try and improve that aspect of your gameplay. Low Grand Champ in 3v3, about to hit Grand Champ in 2v2, and respectable 1v1, I suppose, if you say you're not a 1v1 player like myself. I definitely do not consider myself one, but that's where I wanted to start my Saitama Grind, in the worst playlist for me. I have a pretty weak kickoff when it comes to actually controlling where the ball is and gaining possession off of it. It's a solid kickoff when I have a teammate and can draw the ball into zones of influence, but when it comes to 1v1 and commanding the kickoff and really gaining control, I'm quite weak. And that's something that's probably going to be a common theme throughout the course of my Saitama Grind unless I improve in that aspect. So let's go ahead and start off with our worst game of day one. And yes, it was not good. You guys just let me know what you thought in the comments below of it. Alright, no more delaying it. I cannot hide from you forever. Let's go ahead and see what the worst game of day one looked like. As mentioned, kickoff's not particularly strong, but this is my opponent. I couldn't see their name, so I referred to them as Boxes. And Boxes does a great job this game of showing what it looks like when you kind of just let your opponent beat themselves. And that is exactly what I do. So early on, a chance to score. Don't quite hit the flick. Get a nice little bump. We miss the catch. It's a tough start, but we're still not done. Unfortunately, we've missed a lot of boost pads. Get a bit of an awkward touch, so we're forced to rotate straight down the middle to play defense here. Shot to the back post is going to be a little bit wide, but Box is still well in command. We don't have a lot of boost, so I decide to defend the net and force them to get past me. They steal away the corner boost, which means I get a little bit scared and decide to go grab some pads. Box is realizing I gave a little bit of space. I'm trying to press and see if I make a mistake on defense. Able to buy enough time here, and I decide, look, now is the time to execute on our game plan for the week. I was trying to focus on control of the ball on the ground. I wanted to execute one dribble or flick past my opponent every single game on day one. Soft shot denied. But here I am. I think I should not have gone for 100 boost there. I think I need to just take the ball straight off the wall. We missed the catch. As you can see, that command from the floor already a little bit weak. Not the strongest shot on target. Box is very comfortable there in the net. I go trying to deny midfield boost and realize I need to delay. And 1v1 is a game about recognizing, where the ball needs to go in terms of retaining possession and keeping yourself in the play. I don't pick up my 100 boost there when, out of all times, that would have been the best way. Boxes somehow winds up with that boost. I swore I was going to pick it up in the corner. But they ended up with it by the miracle of hitbox interaction. and they score first. So it took about 2 minutes. I had a few opportunities, but really not able to execute. But here's where the game really starts to take a downturn for me. Boxes surprises me going for that ball quite fast. I couldn't quite figure out how I wanted to play it. I hesitated in the corner a little bit. It was ugly. Boxes jumped on me, fired a shot on target before I could figure out what was coming at me. Again, he gets the kickoff and the boost with possession. Look at the command from Boxes there on the box. I need to go and challenge them if I expect them to flick the ball. I can't let them approach the net like that for free because players who can execute will do exactly that. Flick the ball to the back post and you're never going to catch up to it. Boxes showing me what I am capable of if I practice. That one they actually let fall off their hood, so we recognize that with no actual control, we can press aggressively. We deny a corner boost, and here's a chance to really put one away, but we missed the ball again. And Boxes is going to jump all over it for free. And as you can see, what happens when you are not able to execute in 1v1, you get scored on. I had the net there, I had the opportunity, just not the ability to go and get the ball. Another weak kickoff where Boxes ends up with boost and possession. This time I try and get aggressive because I'm down by 4 goals with half the game to play. Now you can score a lot of goals in 1v1 regardless of the time, so I tried not to forfeit ever in the Saitama Grind at least, just because I wanted to play every game out. I'm here to improve. I'm obviously concerned with the results of winning, but as you can see, we just dumped that ball into the middle. It wasn't even close to on target. Boxes takes a 5-goal lead. I am pouting in the enemy's box. And I'm thinking, boy, I got to figure something out if I want to come back in this game. Trying to directionalize my kickoff, that's what I'm talking about. It's good for 3v3 and 2v2 with a teammate, but in 1v1, it can put you in a bind. And Boxes again, I think at this point, they've definitely got the measure of my ability to execute on the ground. I've kind of dropped every catch of the ball I've went for. Everything off the wall has been questionable at best. So we deny the midfield boost. We finally get the ball at least in command, but we drop it almost immediately. Miss the boost deny. We're up the wall again with 5 and wisely decide, you know, let's just abort that mission. It's doomed to fail, and Boxes is doing the proper thing here. They know I don't have a lot of boosts, so they're just waiting to see what I'm able to do with it. Maybe they can get a cheeky demo or just strip the ball and go back down the other way. They actually get a little too aggressive here and let me back in. Have me pick one off in my own corner, get 1 goal back, but we still haven't passed our per-game mission of 1 dribble flick. Really struggling to get command of the ball here in Game 1. Decent enough kickoff. No, we can't catch the ball. Again, we drop it, so we try and get creative, see if we can maybe low 50 them. Boxes not having any of it. We don't get a good touch, and we miss the follow-up challenge. It was tough out here. This was Game 3 of the day. And I was thinking, boy, if this is what this grind is going to be like, I'm in for it. Boxes, another kickoff where they get the boost and possession. So important in 1v1. I try and adjust from earlier, knowing I have to go and challenge the flick, but I don't get enough height. I don't respect the power they can put on it. We end up in a Brazil, down by 6 with a minute left. I know I'm not winning the game at this point. And I'm thinking, look, let's just try and execute on our per-game mission. Let's try and get 1 dribble or flick past our opponent. Boxes is nice enough to give me a little bit of space. Here's the flick, the chance, and it's off the backboard. Don't have the placement quite yet, unfortunately for us. But thankfully, we get a second shot at it. Let's see if we can get this ball under control. Dropped almost instantly. Boxes, great timing just to press and delay. Again, me struggling. Again, nice recognition from Boxes. Just noticing I don't have command of the ball. Awkward rotation into the net there. Tries to hit the flip reset on me, but as I said, I'm pretty confident defensively. The defense is not what I'm worried about. It's my ability to create on the attack where I feel weakest. Boxes steals the last play. Do they get 8? Air dribble, flip reset, smashed into the floor. And that was Game 1. It was not fun. If you click off of this video right now, that's completely fair. How is it possible to recover after a showing like that? Only one way to find out. So let's go ahead and see what I consider to be my best game of day one. This was towards the end of our session. We played 12 games of ranked on day one in a 90-minute session, all 1v1. So here's what it looked like towards the end of the day. I considered it vast improvement. You guys let me know what you think. Did we regain? Okay, already a much better kickoff. We get the boost and the ball. Much better pickup, a little more threat. Still not quite hitting the flick with the accuracy we would like, but we're not dropping the ball. Miss 100 boost in the middle. That's all right. Turn and make the challenge because we know they don't have the command. Press just to see if they give us the net. Respect what they can do. Can we put it away? Not quite, but that's all right. We knew we could challenge. They get their 100 boost. We have to back off a little bit, but we're still controlling the space here. They have to get through us in the midfield line. Solid enough challenge. The air dribble to the floor, never a threat. Open space to the back post. That's why you got to be careful how you rotate into net in 1v1. You can't just go into the corner aimlessly. If your opponent's got control, they might just have enough control to go all the way to the back post, and you'll be powerless to stop them. So be careful. Doc wants it back immediately. Shot well wide, so we try and start the quick counterattack. Not quite able to hit that with the power or angle on net that we would have liked. Take a 12 pad. Notice they drop the ball. Miss the punish. That's all right. These things happen. Let's go grab 100 boost. And again, see what they do through the air. Clearly my opponent's got some level of proficiency in the air game. But right now, we definitely feel equal to the task on defense. Just throw it off the wall, and I'm glad I learned throughout the course of the day not to just try and follow that up immediately and try and double tap it in. You know you have a lot more time to work with in 1v1. That's one of the things I learned as well. If you get by him in the midfield, you got a lot more time than I've given one up on kickoff. I said at the start, I have a weak kickoff. It's all right. We give one back, let the opponent back into the game. Let's hit the next. We've lost it in the same way. And it's straight into the net. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. All right, tie game. That's all right. We're still happy with how... Oh, my goodness gracious me. Now we're behind? This is the best game of the day? Yes, this is still my best game of the day. Oh, my gosh, we've lost a fourth kickoff. We're down 2 after being happy. We alter our plan. We go for a very neutral kickoff, just get the big part of the car behind the center of the ball and hope for the best and say, "K, stabilize." Opponent trying to set up a dribble. Secure our 100 boost. Nice challenge timing. Seeing what we can do out of the corner here and take the boost. Notice, hey, now's a good opportunity for a bump. Great bit of play there. You don't always have to play the ball. As our good friend Gibbs once said, you don't always have to hit the ball. You can hit your opponent. So I take a page out of his book. Hard hat, Papa Potato Gibbs, giving me good advice back from 2015. You love to see it. Doc doesn't hit that well. Let's see if we can execute. We've got a nice dribble going. Ooh, a weak flick, but that's okay. They get the weak clear, so we get the punish. No sweat. We're capitalizing on our opponent's mistakes. We're right back in it. We tied it up. It's okay. We've stabilized. Oh my gosh, we've ruined another kickoff. 5 goals from our opponent, all 5 on the kickoff. Again, just going for that very neutral kickoff. I stopped trying to do a kickoff the right way, and even then, I'm not sure it's the right way, but that's not the point. They get our corner boost. This is going to be a tight situation, so we grab the small pads, and what a beauty of a shot from our opponent. I want to watch that one more time, actually. That deserves it. That was simply beautiful. Let's go to player view. Yeah, this is great. Let's watch this from their perspective, because I loved this shot. I was in the net, and I was like, oh, that was great. So a nice 50, they get a 100 boost. Look at the control. So soft. Little chip forward, and just tuck it into the left side. Genuinely loved to see that bit of control from my opponent. I know I got scored on, but that deserved it. I was so happy with that shot. I was like, that was great. That's the level of control that I want to have out of the corner. I want to be able to generate that level of threat in that situation. So really nice job from my opponent there, putting away a big goal, giving themselves a 2-goal lead with about half the game to go. That's the first goal we've actually allowed outside of a kickoff. Don't tell me we're about to allow 7. Okay, they went to the corner. That's okay. We make it back in time. Nice flick, though. Flays finds number 7 with a nice backflip flick over me. We've allowed 2 goals on defense and 5 goals on kickoff. 2.5 minutes. We need to score 3 goals to get back into it. We pick up 100. We get boost. They kind of miss the ball a little bit, so we just go up and take it. Again, that's something I realized. Look, if you're down, you got to go take it from them. Dodge the demo here. Chance for dribble flick mission, and again, not quite able to execute on the flick power or the command, but that's all right. I was so happy with the way I was at least picking the ball up and putting myself in situations where I could influence the outcome. Flays misses the ball, knows I got to shoot to the backside, and that's where we pick them apart. We go near post. That's what kind of happens when you play this game for long enough. You know what people want to defend, and you get a cheeky little mind game shot there that makes them look like they're not all that good when really they were playing it pretty solid. Weak touch from my opponent. Just press them back into their half, and I love getting close right here. Not letting them start an air dribble or anything like that. Giving a little bit of ground. Again, they drop it. Kind of looking like me earlier, where I just wasn't executing on any of my pickups. That's a really nice demo to retain control and also waste time off the clock. Doc drops it, and we know we can stop and immediately challenge the ball. You never want that ball coming off your hood in 1v1. Now they let it go. Can we stick with it? We get a flick. Can we get the follow through? No, they're in time to bump us off the play. We go and steal their 100 boost, though. Big opportunity, and great job by my opponent recognizing they do not have time to grab boost. They press us back into our own half. We get a little fortunate there that they didn't have much to make a play happen. They deny the boost, and now I learned from earlier, don't overcommit. Look, they took the boost. Just turn around and grab your own, and whoops, they miss hit the ball, but thankfully I don't score, so they're still in the lead. There's 40 seconds left. I win this game, would you believe it? Tester of a touch. You gotta find something here. They miss! Punishment. We're right back in it. 34 seconds is a lifetime in 1v1. You can make something happen here. Respectable kickoff. Nothing good, nothing bad. Maybe a chance. Doc goes for boost. We gotta execute, baby. Yes, there's a flick. It wasn't the prettiest, but they went so aggressive at us that we were finally able to hit one. We tie the game up with 25 seconds. Imagine giving up 5 kickoff goals. This scoreline could be 7-2 if I was better at kickoff. I realized that, look, this is not a scenario I'm comfortable with, and instead of trying to score the ball or retain possession, I wanted to ensure that I got contact. Neutral kickoff. Maybe a chance to close it out at 0 seconds. It's going to be from them. I miss 100. Just kept it out. We survive. We get to OT. Another kickoff. My worst spot. I intentionally delayed it to try and throw off the timing of my opponent. They collect my 100 corner. They don't get a good hit. Nice little bump. I recognize I don't have the time to go to their corner boost. They still want possession. Don't drop it. I'm pressing. I love constricting that space. We know we can make it back in time. We're okay. Don't bother with the small pads. We got to control the big part of the net. Don't want to get demoed. We're allowing them back into the defensive side to prevent us just giving away a free goal. I get a little bit antsy there in the corner. They steal the ball away. This boost spawns, and I get 100. Little chip here just to see what they do with it. I notice them miss the ball, and I don't think they expect me to jump at it, but we've got 100 boost. They're behind us. We've got all the time in the world, and we put the game away. Very happy with this one. Not happy with my kickoffs, but happy with the execution off the wall. You can see the improvement from earlier for sure, and happy that the spacing improved of our timing with our challenges as well. So this was what I considered my best game of the day. I was able to execute in a lot of good spots where I was in command, and happy with how that played out. So there you have it. My best and worst games of the day. I don't know if they were particularly high quality, but I was happy with the improvement that I showed, at least from the start of the day to the end of the day. So we played 12 games. Let's go ahead and see how that played out statistically. 72 goals in 12 games. I did not expect to see that many goals in that many games. Now, granted, I know 1v1 is a different beast, but you have to remember, I'm not a 1v1 player, so I was surprised. 32 saves, 113 shots, a 63.72% shooting percentage. Obviously, that's going to go down as we play 2v2 and 3v3, but in general, decently happy. 7 demos, 8 demoed by, and 4 quality bumps or demos. Now, I consider a quality bump or a demo a bump or a demo that saves a shot or enables a goal-scoring chance by me. We went 8 for 12 out of our mission. As mentioned, our mission today was 1 dribble or flick past an opponent, and we hit 8. As you see there, at the end of the day, we started nailing them. At the start, it was a struggle, so very happy to see me start to execute on the ground game, at least the pickup and execution. We also ended it on a nice little 4-game win streak, which helped us go plus 22 1v1 MMR on the day. So, overall, pretty sick. So that was day 1 of my Saitama Grind. I was pretty happy with how it played out. Lots of room to improve on. We know for sure where we'd like to improve next time, but you can see there's a lot of games there in that stats page that were not shown here in this video. If you want to see any of those, go ahead and check out my Twitch channel. That will be linked in the description below this video, along with a link to my Twitter that will show you where you can find my streams and what time. That will be posted weekly, so if you want to stay updated with that, go ahead and follow me on both of those. But I hope you enjoyed day 1 of my Saitama Grind. I'm certainly looking forward to continuing it. Thank you all very much for watching, and good luck out there.